All right, we'll now do example 3. So go ahead and pause the video, read through it. And for this example, we're going to use Excel now to build our tree. Again, you can do these either way. You can do them by hand on paper like I did in example 1, or you can use Excel, which does a little bit of work for us. To do a tree in Excel, go ahead and just open up a blank Excel spreadsheet, and we're going to have to add in the tree builder. First, let's download the add-in. It's on Canvas, and it's this file, Simple Decision Tree. Go ahead and download that onto your desktop or your downloads, wherever. And don't try to open it. You won't be able to open it. It's an Excel add-on. So once you've downloaded it, go ahead and close that out. Back to our blank Excel spreadsheet, we're going to go up to File, Options, Add-ins, go to manage them. You'll have to browse, click browse, and then select wherever you saved that file. And then select it from there. And make sure there's a check mark beside it. It'll be called Decision Tree Nursery. Make sure there's a check there and click OK. To make sure it worked, go ahead and click your Add-ins tab at the top. And it should be there, Simple Decision Tree Toolbar 1.4. Let's start on the left, click a cell on the left. We always start these with a square. We first make a decision. In example 3, we have 3 decisions to make. Over the top, here's the Decision Node button. It defaults to 2 decisions, but I need 3 actually. So click the box right next to the square, and then we're going to click Grow to add another branch. So my one decision I can make, I could not market the product. I could go ahead and market it now, or I could test the product. If I test, it costs $5,000. Remember, I put the monetary values below. If I don't market the product, it's 0. I'm finished. If I market the product now, events happen. Remember, we always have square, circle, square, circle. So there's this event node button, or uncertainty. Go ahead and click that. And it generates 2 outcomes. If we market the product, it could be successful or unsuccessful. Default is just 50-50 probability, but let's change those according to the problem. The research has shown there's a 60% chance it'll be successful, and therefore a 40% chance of it being unsuccessful. Remember, these must add up to 1. If we market the product and it's successful, the company gains $50,000. If it's unsuccessful, we lose $35,000. Now let's go to the test branch. If I decide to test the product, again, there's 2 outcomes, or 2 events that can happen. So I'm going to click my uncertainty event node. We can get a favorable recommendation or an unfavorable recommendation for the product with probability of 0.6, 0.4. If I test and get a favorable recommendation, I then have a decision to make. So I'm going to add another decision node after that. I still have the decision whether to market the product or not. If I decide to market the product, events happen. I have another event node. The product can be successful or unsuccessful. Reading through the sentence is, if the test is favorable, there is an 80% chance that the fertilizer will be successful. So if the test is favorable, there's an 80% chance of success. Therefore, this must be 20%. There's actually a button to calculate this one. Up at the top here, it'll automatically calculate the probability of 1 minus the other branches. Click that and it becomes 0.2. If I don't market the product, then no events happen, game over. If I test the product and it's an unfavorable recommendation, I still have a decision to make. I can still decide to market the product. If I market the product, it's either going to be successful or unsuccessful. For these probabilities, let's look back to the problem. If the test result is unfavorable, there is only a 30% chance the fertilizer will be successful. So if the test result is unfavorable, there's only a 30% chance of success. 1 minus 0.3, 0.7. Let's fill in my monetary values. If the product is successful, I'm still going to gain $50,000. If it's unsuccessful, I'll lose $35,000. And that's the same for this branch too, success. Okay, we're finished with all of our branches, and now we want to total up all the monetary values along each branch. We're going to ignore this value measure in the W column, and we're going to fill in all my values in the U value. So this one is just a 0. I'm going to total up this one, 50,000. This one minus 35. This one, don't forget to net out. I spent $5,000 on the test, so that will net out to 45,000. Same thing here, minus 5,000 to pay for the test, and then I lose 35,000 if it's unsuccessful, gives me minus 40,000 outcome. Same thing here. This last one, just out $5,000 for paying for the test. If we're using Excel to create these trees, it will calculate the EMVs for us. So here, the green event node, it's creating the expected monetary value for marketing the product immediately, which is $16,000. Here are my EMV, 28,000. Remember, at each decision node, we need to make a decision based on the best EMV. So here between 28,000 and 0, did I say 0? My best EMV is 28,000. So it's indicating that at this decision node, these 3 arrows here indicate that marketing the product is better. So based on a favorable recommendation, we should market the product and get an expected monetary value of 28,000. Down here as well at the decision node, it's going to look at both EMVs. Given an unfavorable recommendation, we can either market or don't market. The best EMV is to take a $5,000 hit rather than market it and get an expected monetary value outcome of $14,500 loss. So the 3 arrows indicate don't market the product if we receive an unfavorable recommendation. At this event node, it's still going to calculate an EMV based on the EMVs that we rolled back from these other 2 decision nodes. So based on the EMVs for both the favorable and unfavorable decision nodes, I get an expected monetary value of $14,800. At the last decision node, now we compare the final EMVs. The best one of 0, 16,000, and 14,800, the best one is 16,000, indicating that our best decision right off the bat is just to go ahead and market the product now.